Hey guys, it's Cayley. I am back with another thrift haul. I'm actually back with another Goodwill outlet, also known as the bins haul. You guys have been really liking the bins. I've been going at least once a week, sometimes more. I have another haul to show you guys today. All of these pieces are going to be a mixture of high sell-through rate bolo items, style-based aesthetic pieces, and factor stacking. So stay tuned for these great items. Before we dive into today's thrift haul, I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about one of my absolute favorite shipping supply companies. You guys should know by now that one of my most used shipping supplies are 10 by 13 poly mailers. I have scoured the internet for great prices, great quality, and great shipping lead times, meaning they're going to get to me quickly. I have found my favorite company to purchase those mailers from, and that is through GRO Pack. If you guys are not familiar with GRO Pack, they are a shipping supplies company. They mainly sell poly mailers and bubble mailers. Their website is so clean and simple. You just go on, you pick what kind of mailer you want. Do you want a box? Do you want a poly mailer? Do you want a padded mailer? Like I said, I almost always choose poly mailer. Then from there, you choose the size, the color, and the quantity that you want. I love that you can order in bulk from GRO Pack because unlike most places where you can only get 100, sometimes 200 pieces, at GRO Pack, you can order thousands. And I really need them every single month to get these items shipped. So I love being able to order in bulk. Not only do they have affordable prices in their lower quantities, but the more that you purchase at one time, the lower the cost is per piece. They have many different colors and sizes to choose from. This month, I reordered the 10 by 13s myself, and I got this hazy, lighter colored blue and black for Halloween. Did I mention they also have free shipping on all orders within the US? If you guys are interested in checking out GRO Pack, I will have my affiliate link down below, as well as a coupon code for 10% off of your very first purchase. And that is on top of their already affordable prices. Now back into the thrift haul. All right, where to start? Let's actually start from this end. So this one is not a high sell-through rate piece. However, it is a high ASP. You guys know that we mostly follow the high sell-through rates and also higher average sale price. We want to see average sale prices, generally speaking, on average falling between $35 and $40 for all of the newer items that we pick up. You're going to see some stuff in this thrift haul that I'm going to be selling for about $25, but you're also going to see stuff that is going for $100. So it really just depends, but on average, with everything combined, I like to see my average sale price between $35 and $40. This is one of those cases where there is a decent amount in solds. However, there is not a 100% sell-through rate, but all of the solds have a high ASP. This is a men's blazer. I look at the men's blazers at the bins all the time because people tend to pass on them just in general because they're bulkier pieces, and I have found some gems. This is the brand Cayley, which is a very expensive men's designer piece. This one, like I said, does not have a 100% sell-through rate. The way I combat that is I price mine lower than everyone else's. And you can really only do that with things that do have a really strong retail value, because if you try to undercut the market on a $25 item, you're not going to be making much money. But if you try to undercut the market to increase the sell-through rate on a high ASP item, you can still sometimes sell a $200 item for $50, and you're still making a ton of money. So that's what I'm doing with this jacket. A lot of people have this listed for anywhere from $50 all the way up to like $250. I'm going to price mine on the lowest end. That way I can ensure that my item sells quickly. So I'm going to price this around $50. My average sale price at the bins usually rounds out, I average it out amongst the pieces, is almost always around $1.50. Next up, this one is slightly flawed, but the sell-through rate was so high on this particular jacket that even with slight flaws, I wanted to get it and price it slightly lower than everyone else to ensure that it still moves. This is a men's Patagonia jacket. I will never say no to Patagonia at the bins. This is one of their really nice rain jackets. Pretty much anything outerwear in Patagonia, especially at the bins, you definitely want to get. This one, like I said, I did kind of go back and forth on because it does have a little bit of wear. With a lot of these rain jackets, they have this inner coating, and this one actually is in pretty decent condition, but there is some areas where that Inner lining is slightly peeling off, but you can see most of the jacket, it is pretty good. Had this been like all over the inside and not just in that one area, I probably would have left this behind. This is the Patagonia, I think it's called the torrential jacket. And yeah, great comps, over 100% sell-through rate. And so for that reason, even with this little bit of wear, I wanted to get it. I think I'm gonna list this around $40 because of the wear. Next up, this is more of like a little style-based piece. This is the brand Madewell. I actually don't pick up this brand a whole lot anymore, but this is a size 12, so it is a great size. It's also a newer piece made within the last couple of years, and it's just very on trend. So it is a dark micro floral pattern. It has a little ruffle at the bottom and it is a skirt. I'm probably only going to list this for 20 to 25 just to make sure that it moves, but again, a very on-trend piece. This is another one that I got more for style. It is newer label American Eagle. It is a larger size, a size 14, and it is a flare jean. And the main reason I got this is because of this little detail right here. This screamed very like Western country, festival, boho to me. And so because of that little detail, I decided to get them. I'm only going to price these for $25 to ensure that they move. This is a pair of pants. This is Eileen Fisher. One of my favorite brands to sell just in general, but especially if I can get it at the bins. I try to stick to larger sizes like plus sizes in Eileen Fisher, but at the bins, I'm gonna pick it up in just about any size. We actually did a deep dive in the Resellers Edge group recently where we had 5 members do a deep dive on brands that they were familiar with. One of those was Eileen Fisher. Even though I knew a lot about Eileen Fisher, I learned so much from one of my members about different keywords to put in these listings and what the Eileen Fisher buyer is looking for. So because I feel a lot more confident with that now, I decided to pick this up at the bins in a smaller size. It's a pull-on pair of black women's pants. Some keywords I'm going to probably use on this besides, you know, the regular like black, straight leg, pull-on, all that stuff is probably comfort, just because it is a pull-on and this is for a more mature lady. And I'll probably also price that at around 25, again, just to make sure it moves. Eileen Fisher retails really high, so that's another one of those cases where you can kind of undercut the market and still sell it at a decent price. All right, next up, I always love finding Anthropologie at the bins, but I especially love it when it's plus size because Anthropologie plus size pieces always fly for me. So this is the brand Saturday Sunday, and these are a pair of 3X jogger sweatpants. Now, I couldn't find a whole lot about jogger sweatpants in this size on eBay. However, very on trend, like almost like a barrel style leg pair of jogger pants. I think I was going to list these around 35, but now that I see the leg a little bit more, maybe I'll list for around 40. Generally speaking, plus sizes in Anthropologie and just about anything are going to have a high sell-through rate and also a high ASP. This is another one I try to only get in plus sizes, but I'll make some exceptions. This is Ralph Lauren, and it is only a size small, but it is an older label, so vintage, and it has the crest. This is also a center logo. So anytime Ralph Lauren has a crest, I almost always get it. You can't just get it and list it and hope it sells though. You've got to include the keyword crest in your title. So that's what I did with this one. Ralph Lauren's had a big resurgence with the old money, Western, and equestrian aesthetics that are happening right now. This one was more of a factor stacking piece. This is just a vintage label silk top, and I just can't really say no to silk at the bins. Oh no, the button's slightly cracked. I may or may not list this, but what I was trying to say is silk at the bins, I'm not going to say no to when it's in great condition. All right, this is a Log and Look brand that has performed well for me in the past. This is Cut Loose, larger size, size large, very, again, Log and Look brand. The stuff that does the best in this brand for me are their linen pieces. This is a long length, very artsy tunic top. I'm going to list this one for 25. This is a style-based piece. I would not memorize that label, but this is actually a really nice feeling thick top. This gave me so many different aesthetics and keywords, specifically this Peter Pan collar with all the dainty details. I could see cottagecore, dainty, coquette, preppy, maybe even country. Like there's so many different aesthetics embodied in this one piece, and I think it's great. I got to do a little bit more research on what I want to list that for, but I really like that. that style. All right, this one, my mom actually found this. She was flipping through and I saw her pick this up and I threw it back. But as she was picking it up, I looked through the see-through part and saw the logo and she threw it down. I said, "Is that Lululemon?" She's like, "No." And I said, "Let me see it." She couldn't tell because it was black on black. But yeah, I cannot pass up on Lululemon at the bins. This does actually feel like it's maybe a newer tank top. I probably would not pick up Lululemon tank tops anywhere but the bins just because sale price and sell-through rate is a lot lower than it used to be, but I'll probably list this for $20 to $25. Something else my mom found wadded up in the bottom of a very old bin. Her and I were digging at old bins just because we wanted to chit chat and not have to rush to new bins. She just hands me this. It's Burberry. No big deal. She handed it to me and I was like, "Oh, Burberry." And she was like, I was trying to be quiet while handing it to you. And I was like, "I don't care." This is Burberry London. I'm never going to say no to designer at the bins either. And Burberry, when it has plaid, definitely adds value. I couldn't find an exact comp on this, but this is in excellent condition. Kind of gives me like Y2K vibes also. So I'm not sure what I'm going to price this for. My gut wants to tell me around 50 just because it's a little tank top. Burberry at the bins in an old bin. You gotta dig to the bottom and find those little pieces. Next up, this is a style-based piece. This is just the brand Alfani. Would not memorize that, but I picked this up because it is a vintage label. It's got the dark contrasting details. This gave me very like fairy grunge, whimsy goth style top. I have been selling tops like this all day long. This one's definitely more of a bread and butter pickup for me, so probably only $25 for this one, but still a great pickup. This is by BDG, by Urban Outfitters, not a brand I typically get, but it's got very witchy, like fairy grunge, whimsy goth details, very Y2K. It's sheer, very trendy right now, especially for October. I'm going to list that one for around 25. All right, this is a plus size piece. This is the brand Cupio. Normally wouldn't be a brand that I would get. It is a longer length tunic. And as you can see, it's got beautiful multicolored details. It is full button. It is new with tags. Tons of factor stacking on this one. I actually did comps on Cupio, not thinking in this size it was going to be that great, and I actually had pretty decent comps. So I think that I'm going to list this slightly high just because of all the gorgeous factors, and I might do like 35 on this. Here's another style-based, very on-trend piece. This is just a vintage Old Navy label, which surprisingly their vintage Y2K stuff actually performs pretty well. This had all of the wonderful factors that I am looking for. Oh, cute. It actually has button-up sides. That's super cute. Lots of details to this. I love this little mesh trim right here. Baby doll style, dark florals, kind of forest fairy vibes. I've actually been selling tops like these. I would probably list this one around 35, which is crazy because in my mind before style base, when I was just doing like sell-through rate, fire bolos, very high sell-through rate, and then factor stacking, $35 to $40 is my goal, right? So that's like a bolo to me. But I'm learning that some of these style-based pieces actually go for more money than some of the high sell-through rate bolos that I look for. So I love having a combination of both. I'm definitely still mostly data-driven and, high sell-through rate bolos, but I do love stuff like this because it does seem like everyone's just passing on it. All right, next up, this is another plus size piece. This is a Lucky brand. It is a size 3X. Normally I would not pick up one that was this plain and sleeveless. However, it was new with tags. So because of that, I grabbed it. I'm gonna list this for 25. This one is a Free People top. And I forget what the style name of this was, but pretty decent comps on this. This is like a patchworky, multi-mixed print, huge bishop sleeve top. Very, very on trend. I love the little ruffle details here as well. I think I was gonna list this for 30. This one's more of a basic Free People. It is a super oversized snake print t-shirt. I'm gonna probably list this for around 20 or 25. Here's another completely style-based piece. This one's label, I don't know what this originally was. I did look up the RN, but I didn't recognize it, so we're just gonna list it as basically an unbranded top. Very on trend Y2K. We've got all the amazing details here. It's even got the beading and the embroidery. Ugh. And it's metallic. Such a stunning piece. Also has the tie in the back. So yes, very, very very on trend. If you want to learn more about the style aesthetic and also be able to pick up these style bolos, come on over to Reseller's Edge where we do deep dives. Members are selling all kinds of stuff like this. They've really cracked the code, figured it out, and added style-based sourcing. I've seen some insane prices that people are getting for stuff. All right, next up, this is Cobby. I've had some really great luck with this brand, especially in their floral tops. It was at the bins, so I grabbed it. I'm probably going to list this for around 25, but yeah, their floral tops do well. Even if I send out offers and it sells for 20 bucks, $1.50 into 20, I'm still making about $15. This is just Zara. I am very picky with this brand, but this is a full button linen shirt. Linen and Zara always performs well for me. Plus it is that Kelly green color, which is still very trendy. So grab that. I'm going to list this for around 25. This brand, it's funny because every time I look this brand up, it never seems to have great comps, but it always sells for me. I'm not sure if I just have that kind of a customer base or what, but this is the brand Gramici. It is a high retail brand, size extra large. This is an organic hemp, linen, and cotton shirt. Honestly, a really nice feeling piece. I'm probably going to list that for around 25. This is a style-based piece by the brand Rachel Zoe. It is new with tags. This gave me very boho fairy style vibes. Has the crochet details here. Really gorgeous piece. Next up, this is another plus size. This is Lucky brand, size 2X. Purple top. This one's a really nice piece. I bet you this one will fly just because of the colorway. I'm gonna list it for 25. This is another style-based pickup. This is just Jones, New York, but it is a vintage label. It is a velvet button-up top, and you can't really tell, but it is so stunning. It is a silk rayon blend, and it has purple, there you go, purple and black details. Ugh. So stunning. This is exactly what people are looking for right now. I'm probably going to list this for around 35. And this is cashmere at the bins. This does need a bit of a sweater shave, but good pickup. This is halogen. I'll pretty much pick up any 100% cashmere piece as long as there are no holes. I can always get at least 25 bucks for them. This brand is not super special, so I am going to list this one around 25. I actually got this at a regular thrift store. Just ended up getting mixed in here, but it is a vintage Woolrich women's sweater. I believe it's hand knit. Look at it. It's so stunning. All Southwestern print. It is all over as well. I mean, it is so stunning. Vintage sweaters like this always perform extremely well. And I know some of the vintage Aztec or Southwestern or Western pieces in Woolrich can perform incredibly well. I'm going to list this one for around $50. All right, this was a bins pickup. I got this mostly for style, but this is actually a designer brand that does retail for a lot. It's Alberto McCauley, and I just loved the strappy, or I guess buckle nature of this with the contrast gold buttons. Really cool piece. I should have buttoned that up for you guys because there's 3 buckles down here. Very cool piece. I could see a corporate goth with this one. I think I was going to list this for around 50. Next up, this one's also a style-based pickup. This is not a brand I would memorize, but this is a really great style. It's got the real suede leather contrast collar here. It's got a beautiful wool plaid, and it has very equestrian, hunting, old money, preppy vibes, and I thought this was incredibly on trend. I think I'm going to list this one for around $40 to $50. I feel like I might actually be underpricing it. It's really good style-wise. My mom also found this one. I don't know what's up with her. She's finding all kinds of great stuff. She found this Pendleton one. I mentioned those deep dives we did earlier. Wool in Pendleton is pretty much all people look for. So I was disappointed that this doesn't really have any wool in it, even the lining. When we did that deep dive, that is one of the things our member said, like, if it's not wool, for the most part, it doesn't sell. I was sad about that. However, it is a trench coat, and just in general, trench coats are very trendy right now. It is by a really nice brand like Pendleton. Someone took really good care of this. It is navy blue with a plaid lining. It's hooded. I think I could sell this one. Even if it weren't Pendleton, I still think it would sell well. I think I'm going to list this for around 40. I'll have to report back to you guys on that one. This was another one I took a little bit of a risk on. This is by Aerie. It's offline by Aerie, their newer label. It is a size extra large. It's a long length, beautiful teddy coat. It has the plush teddy bear feel. It's got pockets. It is so cozy and warm. I did pay up for it because it's heavy and it was at the bins. I probably paid like $4 or $5 for this. I do think that this will do well. I think I'm going to list this for around $65. There's that teddy texture. All right, some more style-based pieces. This one is not a brand I'd memorize. It's just LA Hearts. This gave me very Y2K, baby doll kind of coquette vibes, and this one had butterflies, which everybody in Y2K is looking for right now. I'm only going to list this for about $25, but I have been selling dresses like this when all of the stars have aligned. This is another style-based Y2K pickup. This is the brand Taboo. I sell quite a bit of this brand because they make Y2K pieces. This has the baby doll top. This is a shorter length, but I love this bow detail here with the polka dots. I think that's going to do nicely, and I'm probably going to list this for around $35. Next up, another style-based piece. This is by BCBG Max Azria. This one has an asymmetrical hem, which is very trendy. It's got some sheer details to it as well. Kind of gives that effect of a baby doll, actually. And I thought this was very corporate goth and would do really well with the season, especially with that asymmetrical hem. I think I'm going to list this for $35. This is a long fairy style maxi dress by Norton McNaughton. Not showing you the label because, again, brand doesn't really matter in this case, but it is a really nice micro floral dark blue with a ruffle hem at the bottom, and it ties in the back as well. Here is the beautiful print. I am going to list this for around $35. This next one is like the dress of everyone's dreams right now. It's that brand Taboo again. This has everything that somebody is looking for. I've been selling dresses like this for around $75, $85, and everyone's passing on them. It's insane. Okay, so this is a Y2K, beautiful, asymmetric, sparkly baby doll ruche detail dress. I would use the keywords fairy with this one and Y2K. So stunning. The real moneymaker on this one is this detail here with this different trim. Love this. Love finding dresses like this all day long that people are skipping on, and I absolutely cannot wait to get this listed. I'm probably going to list this for, I think the last time I listed one like that for $75, it flew, so I might even bump it up to $85 and just see how it goes. All right, next up, along those same lines, this one's a lot brighter than I probably should be getting right now. However, it did have all of the details. Robbie B is another one I found a lot of these in. So this is another beautiful one, longer length. It has a really nice silhouette here, and it has the cowl neck. I'm definitely going to use the keyword fairy with this one also. It is such a stunning dress. You can find stuff like this all day long if you know what factors to pair on top of each other. I'm going to list this one also for around $35. All right, and last one is a Free People dress. This one I think originally had a liner, so it's more like a dress overlay. It's a size small. Micro floral details with a mesh overlay and long sleeve smocking details. Got that burnt orange color with the beautiful pink pattern. So again, I think that this is a very on-trend piece, and I'm not going to pass on Free People, especially a longer length dress at the bins, even if it is a sheer overlay. All right, you guys, so that is the end of today's thrift haul. I hope you guys enjoyed watching some of these pieces that I have been getting this week. I have many more videos scheduled for you guys, not only thrift hauls, but I've got some businessy topics coming up as well, and ways for you guys to increase your sales. If you want to stay up to date on when those videos go live, don't forget to subscribe down below, hit the notification bell, and then make sure to hit all so you'll be notified every time I post a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!